Creating tracking links and third-party URLs for publishers is one of the more complicated parts of conversion tracking. Let's take a look at how to create publisher tracking links and their corresponding conversion URLs. Parameters are the pieces of information to be passed on conversion and received by the tracking system. Synonyms for parameters include macros, placeholders, and sub-IDs. Parameters can be either static or dynamic. A static parameter is populated before the clicker conversion and remains consistent for each action. A dynamic parameter is a placeholder in the offer or conversion URL that will be replaced with information from the click or conversion. The URL used to capture conversion information is called a tracking link. The postback or pixel created and has offers and used to capture conversion information is known as the conversion link. Before you begin, talk to your publisher to find out what information they plan to capture and which parameters they'll use to gather it. HasOffers uses sub-IDs as placeholders for the publisher's dynamic parameters. These sub-IDs are available on your stat and conversion reports for better reconciliation with your publishers. Let's take a look at an example of creating a tracking link for a publisher. In the HasOffers interface, navigate to Offers and select Manage Offers. Choose the offer you wish to generate a tracking link for. Once the offer page opens, select the publisher you wish to create a tracking link for in the Generate Tracking section. Remember, when creating a tracking link, click the Add Sub-IDs checkbox. Enter the desired parameters here to append them to the tracking link. Notice how we surround each parameter with curly brackets because they are dynamic. Each tracking system is different and uses different characters to represent dynamic parameters. Make sure to use the publisher's method to indicate dynamic parameters so that they are replaced correctly. The AFSUB parameters are not being replaced as they are static values. With all parameters added, click Update to see the newly constructed tracking link. The publisher can now use this URL to run traffic to the offer. To send parameters to the publisher upon conversion, it's important to note the parameters used in the tracking link. To begin, copy the parameters required to be passed back upon conversion from the tracking link and paste them somewhere handy temporarily. For our example, we'll use this postback URL. Copy each AFSUB parameter and insert it in the conversion link associated with the appropriate publisher parameters. The parameters should look like this. We'll then insert this in our example postback. The publisher postback now looks like this. Notice that the dynamic and static parameters are now mirrored from the tracking link, creating the connection to pass and receive this information. You can now add the postback to your publisher account so that they can receive conversions in their tracking system. To do so, navigate to the Affiliates tab and choose Conversion Pixels and URLs. On the next page, click Add to add the new conversion link. Choose the appropriate offer and publisher from the drop-down menus. Choose the correct type of conversion link to add. Paste the conversion link in the box and click Save.